This isn't a fluke. This isn't a trending hashtag. This is finally real. Fans want Karrion Kross. And not just when the lights go down, but before the show even begins. In the parking lots, in the airport, in the concourse, on Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, your mom's book club, everywhere people are talking about how they want Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is over. But WWE still acts like he's partially invisible. Let's be clear. I'm not saying they're not using him. He's clearly back. Not just doing it in vignettes, not just in backstage segments, but we finally were able to get our voices heard, and Karrion Kross is wrestling on television again. And that should be a huge win for both the fans and Kross, because for a better part of a year, WWE booked Killer Kross like he was stuck in purgatory, waiting for something, like anything to click. But now that he's in the ring, the slow build, for me, it's dragging. This past week on Monday Night Raw, he wrestled Sami Zayn, who was barely medically cleared to wrestle in this match. And it went over 13 minutes. He needed outside distractions. He needed devious tactics to beat a man who was injured. This match for Karrion Kross should have been short. It should have been decisive. It should have said, this is the version of Karrion Kross we all know and love from NXT that is very dangerous. Instead, it was WWE saying, we're still not sure what we're doing with this guy's push. Let's not forget, WWE already fumbled the ball once when it comes to Karrion Kross. When Kross made his debut in 2021 on Monday Night Raw, he lost in 2 minutes to Jeff Hardy in a roll-up in the corner. The match meant nothing and arguably ruined everything that Kross had built down in NXT. He walked out in a gladiator helmet and something that you would see in Amsterdam's red light district, all built into one really unexplainable mess. That's the best way to put it. And the other part, there was no Scarlett. And the most important part, he wasn't out with Scarlett, so gone was the mystique and the darkness and the menace that he carried down in NXT. And in its place, a purely failed experiment. Thanks, Vince. Here's the crazy part about it. The fans knew. Kross wasn't the problem. It was the pure, horrible presentation of something that was working to something that we had never seen before. Go back and watch NXT Killer Kross. He was the final boss of NXT. Undefeated, unshaken, backed by Scarlett's haunting presence, and driven by pure violence and massacres. He ran through top stars like Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor, and even Keith Lee. The energy around him was completely different, and it was felt in NXT. It wasn't just the entrance, it was the follow-through and the execution of what Kross could do in the ring. Honestly, every week felt like a countdown to pure destruction for whoever Kross was about to step into the ring with. So why does main roster Kross feel like he's still in limbo when he's getting these slight opportunities? Here's the part that really matters to this entire video. The fans haven't forgotten. They're showing up, they're making noise, they're reminding WWE that this man is still worth a massive investment. Social media is flooded with comments calling for Kross to get a real chance. Comments, videos from not even wrestling influencers, but from just everyone in the wrestling world. Not just a spooky figure in the background, but as a real visible force in WWE's main event scene. And that reaction is not because of what WWE's done with him lately. It's because of what they haven't done with him lately. So seriously, at this point, what is the holdup? WWE has a ready-made star. He's not trying to be Roman Reigns. He's not trying to be the next John Cena. He has his own category in this dark, theatrical, menacing character that he has built himself. He's unique, and that's exactly what WWE needs right now. They need something unique. With so many top stars dealing with injuries, why isn't Kross getting the spotlight? Look who's on the injury list. Technically, kayfabe Sammy, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. The list goes on and on of injuries. Austin Theory, who they haven't used at all. Why not let Killer Kross steamroll someone, anyone, and remind the fans what made him unmissable in the first place when he was down in NXT. Listen, by no means am I saying we're not too late. We're saying WWE is walking a very fine line between a brilliant slow burn, and this video in 6 months, I could be coming back and saying I was wrong. Or this could be an aggressively wasted opportunity. Momentum in wrestling is everything. And right now, Kross is just waiting to explode, and you can see it in every promo and everything he is starting to do in the ring. If WWE doesn't strike soon, they'll be repeating history again. So here's the truth. The fans are watching, they're louder than ever, and they know what Killer Kross could be on the main roster if WWE would just let them. Anyways, WWE, what are you waiting for?